Hello everyone, this is Dr. CJ Tak, and today in this video we will discuss about adverse drug reaction in the subject pharmacy practice, subject code BP703TT. So first, adverse drug reaction. When a drug is administered to a patient, two types of effect can be produced. First one, that is the desired, and another one, that is the undesired effect. That means कोई भी पेशेंट अगर कोई भी ड्रग हम एडमिनिस्टर करते हैं यहाँ पे, तो कोई भी पेशेंट को ड्रग की दो इफेक्ट आ सकती है. वन ऑफ दैट इज द डिजायर्ड इफेक्ट, जो डिसीज के लिए हमने दिया है, दैट मीन्स द डिजायर्ड इफेक्ट, एंड सेकंड वन, दैट इज अनडिजायर्ड इफेक्ट. The desired effect are clinically useful, whereas undesired drug effect are harmful to the patient and are commonly referred as a adverse drug reaction. Whatever the adverse drug reaction, we can say whatever the harmful effect that comes to the patient, that is known as a adverse drug reaction. Now, adverse drug reaction is noxious, that means injurious and unintended response of a drugs. As adverse drug reaction are unexpected reaction, they are different from the side effect that are expected reaction of the drugs. देखिए, यहाँ पे पेशेंट को अगर हम कोई ड्रग देते हैं और कोई साइड इफेक्ट आती है, तो साइड इफेक्ट दैट इज द नॉन इफेक्ट. दैट मीन्स वो पहले से हमें पता रहता है कि ये पर्टिकुलर ड्रग की ये साइड इफेक्ट आ सकती है. लेकिन अगर अनइंटेंडेड या फिर इंजूरियस इफेक्ट आती है, देन इन सच अ केस दैट इज अनएक्सपेक्टेड, जो हमें पहले से मालूम नहीं रहता, इसी इफेक्ट को हम कह सकते हैं एडवर्स ड्रग रिएक्शंस. Now, ADRs may develop promptly or only after the prolonged medication, or even after the stoppage of administration of the drug. See, in certain condition, we can say the ADR, it will be developed in the condition when there is a prolonged medication of, in certain condition, if we have given the medication for the prolonged time of period, then the ADR may be developed. Or also, in case when there is a stoppage of administration of the drug, in certain condition, if we are suddenly stopping the drug, if we have taken the drug for a longer time and suddenly if we are stopping, then in such a condition ADRs might be developed. They are more commonly with the multiple drug therapy and in the elderly. See, multiple drug therapy, अगर बहुत सारी मेडिकेशन एक साथ ली जा रही है, तो ऐसी कंडीशन में, या फिर द एल्डरली पर्सन है, तो यहाँ पे एडवर्स ड्रग रिएक्शन आने का चांसेस सबसे ज्यादा है. तो मल्टीपल ड्रग थेरापी या फिर प्रोलॉन्ग मेडिकेशन या फिर सडनली वी आर डूइंग द स्टॉपेज ऑफ एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन ऑफ द ड्रग, देन इन सर्टेन कंडीशन एडवर्स ड्रग रिएक्शन माइट बी डेवलप्ड. Classification of adverse drug reaction. Adverse drug reaction are due to following reason, and accordingly we can classify them. First one, that is the excessive pharmacological effect. Then secondary pharmacological effect, idiosyncrasy, allergic reaction, genetic makeup of the patient, sudden drug withdrawal, and drug interaction. We will discuss this one by one. First one, excessive pharmacological effect. It appears due to overdosage of the drug. This is particularly troublesome with the cardioactive, hypotensive, hypoglycemia, and central nervous system depressive agent. For example, hypotensive agents are used in hypertension. In excess dose causes the profound hypotension. See, if we are taking the hypotensive agent, especially in the case of hypertension, that means high blood pressure. So in this condition, if we are taking the hypotensive agent, that means what will be the action? Hypotensive agent, it will lowers the blood pressure, but due to the excess dose or due to the overdosage of this hypotensive agent, there might be the chances of development of the hypotension. That means in certain condition the blood pressure will be reduced more. See, in case of hypertension, we are trying to reduce the blood pressure, but over here if we are giving overdose of hypotensive agent, then hypotension will be developed. Then another one example is there. Anti-diabetic drugs are beneficial in diabetes mellitus but sometimes hypoglycemia is developed due to the excessive pharmacological effect and so regarded as an adverse drug effect. In certain condition, if the patient is taking anti-diabetic drug, देखिए यहाँ पे डायबिटीज मेलिटस में एंटी डायबिटिक ड्रग ली जाती है. अगर एंटी डायबिटिक ड्रग कोई पेशेंट ले रहा है तो ऐसी कंडीशन में अगर हाइपोग्लाइसीमिया इज डेवलप हो रहा है तो वी कैन से इट इज द रीजन बिहाइंड दिस, दैट इज द ड्यू टू द एक्सेसिव फार्माकोलॉजिकल इफेक्ट of anti-diabetic drug, and this is also known as a adverse drug reaction, especially due to the excessive pharmacological effect. Adverse reaction due to excess pharmacological effect may also appear at usual therapeutic dose in certain conditions. This include patients with a kidney disease, particularly those who have lost more than 70% kidney function. In such a case, the excessive pharmacological effect will be developed. For example, any patient they have kidney disease or there is a failure of kidney, or if the 70% kidney function are working, then in such a condition, if the patient is taking particular drug, then in that case there might be the chances of excessive pharmacological effect. Then another one, hypoalbuminemia. Hypoalbuminemia, that is the level of albumin in the blood, that means the albumin level in the blood that is very low in case of hypoalbuminemia. Albumin, that is the main protein produced in the liver, we can say, and it maintains the intravascular colloidal osmotic pressure. So hypoalbuminemia, which may be due to the failure of albumin production as in case of liver disease, or albumin loss as in the nephrotic syndrome. So over here, in this condition also, there will be the excessive pharmacological effect of the drug will be observed. Then patient at the extreme of the age range, for example, in case of infants and in case of neonates. So here also there might be the chances of excessive pharmacological effect. Adverse reaction in this condition can be minimized by the dose adjustment after knowing the pharmacokinetic behavior of an administered drug. So in certain conditions, if we know about this or such a excessive pharmacological effect have been developed, तो यहाँ पे अगर हमें इसको कम करना है तो only the thing that is we can reduce the dose, or that will be known to us only by studying the pharmacokinetic behavior. तो यहाँ पे excessive pharmacological effect है, उनको कम करने के लिए we can reduce the dose. Then secondary pharmacological effect. Drugs have several pharmacological action at usual therapeutic dose, but it is prescribed solely for one of these beneficial action. देखिए बहुत बार हम ड्रग प्रिस्क्राइब करते हैं तो वो स्पेशली कोई एक ट्रीटमेंट के लिए वी आर गिविंग फॉर अ पर्टिकुलर ट्रीटमेंट, बट समटाइम it will give effect on other body portion or other organ also. For example, अगर यहाँ पे एक एग्जाम्पल दिया है, एग्जाम्पल, इफ antihistamines are prescribed for the anti-allergic skin reaction. देखिए एंटीहिस्टामाइन मतलब a drug or other compound which inhibits the physiological effect of histamine, and especially this is used for the allergic condition, especially this is for the treatment of allergies. So if we are prescribing antihistamine for anti-allergic skin reaction or for their anti-nausea effect, another one effect, that is the anti-nausea, that means it is the feeling of having an urge to vomit, that means we can say it is a vomiting sensation. So the antihistamine, they have two roles. First one, that is the anti-allergic reaction, it gives anti-allergic skin reaction, and another one effect, that is the anti-nausea effect. But they also produce the drowsiness due to the central nervous system depression, and this drowsiness, that means a feeling of being sleepy, ज़्यादा नींद आती रहती है या फिर लेथार्जिक कंडीशन लगता है पेशेंट को, so that is the drowsiness, and this one is known as a secondary pharmacological effect. यहाँ पे हमें ये secondary pharmacological effect चाहिए नहीं चाहिए, लेकिन फिर भी यहाँ पे क्या है, due to the antihistaminic effect, it will come to the patient. This action may be of little importance for the patient lying on a bed, but it may have disastrous consequences if a patient is a motor driver. If patient is doing driving or he is a driver, then this is very important, or we can say due to this effect may be greatly exacerbated if the patient is also taking a hypnotic, tranquilizer, cough suppressant as medicine or is consuming alcohol. देखिए यहाँ पे ऑलरेडी पेशेंट अगर एंटी हिस्टामाइन्स ले रहा है और इफ ही इज टेकिंग हिप्नोटिक और ट्रांक्विलाइजर, then in certain this condition also the patient will feel drowsiness more and more. So this will be very harmful effect. और यहाँ पे क्या होगा कि पेशेंट को ऐसा मालूम नहीं रहेगा कि भाई उन्होंने सिर्फ एंटी हिस्टामाइन लिया है तो वो एलर्जिक रिएक्शन के लिए, लेकिन पेशेंट को पता नहीं रहेगा कि यहाँ पे ड्राउजीनेस भी क्रिएट हो सकता है. सो दिस इज वेरी important for the patient who is motor driver. Then idiosyncrasy, that is, we can say that is the term used for unusual, unexpected drug effect which cannot be readily explained or predicted. The effect which is not explained readily or we cannot predict the certain condition, such a things, or we can say the different product will be obtained or different reaction will be observed over here in case of idiosyncrasy. It also includes the drug-induced fetal abnormalities such as hocomelia. Hocomelia, that is one of the abnormalities developing in offspring of mother exposed to thalidomide. देखिए मीनवाइल द अर्ली प्रेगनेंसी या फिर प्रेगनेंसी के टाइम पे अगर कोई मदर को थैलिडोमाइड की ट्रीटमेंट दी गई है, इफ द मदर शी इज एक्सपोज्ड टू द थैलिडोमाइड, देन इन सर्टेन कंडीशन द fetal abnormalities will be created which is known as a hocolemia, and thalidomide develop as a potential teratogenicity if given to the mother during the initial period of the gestation when the limb buds are formed. limb buds अगर फॉर्म हो रहे हैं यहाँ पे, मतलब अर्ली स्टेजेस जो भी रहता है वहाँ पे वो टाइम पे अगर the mother she is taking thalidomide है, that is a sedative drug, and if she is taking, then the potential teratogenicity will be developed. Teratogenicity, we can say teratogen, they are the agent that can disturb the development of the embryo or fetus, and due to that it can produce the birth defect. तो यहाँ पे अगर हमने ड्रग लिया है थैलिडोमाइड या फिर पेशेंट को थैलिडोमाइड दिया गया है, then there will be the development of the hocomelia, and see over here the development of the limbs will not be up to the mark. That means properly limbs develop नहीं होंगे. यहाँ पे ये पिक्चर में आप देख सकते हैं कि limbs have been not developed in this hocomelia if the patient is taking the thalidomide. Structural changes at molecular level occur in the fetal skeletal and neurological tissue, but the nature of these changes are known for the development of the fetal abnormalities which is known as a hocomelia. तो idiosyncrasy में क्या होता है particularly, ये this is one of the example of the idiosyncrasy कि यहाँ पे patient is taking thalidomide and due to that such a particular action will be developed and which is known as a hocomelia. So this is one of the example of the idiosyncrasy. Then another one, drug induced cancer is an idiosyncratic reaction. Vaginal adenocarcinoma in girls with prolonged use of stilbestrol. For example, stilbestrol, that is one of the synthetic estrogen used in the hormone therapy, and it is used in a contraceptive, used as a contraceptive also. So in such a case, if such a drug that is taken for a prolonged action or prolonged time for a long duration, then there might be the chances of development of the vaginal adenocarcinoma. Then tumors in the kidney pelvis, or we can say ureter. That means it is a tube that carries the urine from the kidney to the urinary bladder. So tumors in the kidney pelvis with prolonged use of stilbestrol यहाँ पे भी there will be the effect in a kidney and it might develop the tumors. Then uterine cancer in patient with the prolonged use of estrogen, there is also development of the idiosyncratic reaction. Then lymphoid tumor lymphoid tumor in the patient receiving long-term immunosuppressive therapy with azathioprine, cyclophosphamide, and other similar agents. If patient is taking the immunosuppressive therapy, that means it stops the immune system from overreacting and damaging the transplanted organ and tissues. देखिए इन केस ऑफ ट्रांसप्लांटेशन, देखिए ट्रांसप्लांटेशन जब भी होगा कोई पेशेंट का, तो इम्यून सिस्टम इट विल रिएक्ट ओवरली, और इम्यून सिस्टम वहां पे रिएक्शन करेगा, इट विल नॉट एक्सेप्ट दैट ऑर्गन. सो in this condition the patient or the doctor, he will prescribe immunosuppressive agent. So in immunosuppressive agent, for example azathioprine or cyclophosphamide, but there might be the chances of development of the lymphoid tumor in certain condition when the long term therapy of the immunosuppressive agent has been given to the patient. See, azathioprine, that is also used in the rheumatoid arthritis, and cyclophosphamide, that is used as a chemotherapy in lymphoma or leukemia, or it is also used in case of breast cancer. So this is one of the reaction of the idiosyncrasy. Then allergic drug reaction. Allergic drug reaction account for 5 to 10% of all adverse drug reaction. Any drug has the potential to cause an allergic reaction. कोई भी ड्रग है वो एलर्जिक रिएक्शन प्रोड्यूस कर सकता है. सिम्टम्स ऑफ एडवर्स ड्रग रिएक्शन इंक्लूड्स द कफ, न्यूसिया, वोमिटिंग, डायरिया एंड हेडेक्स. स्किन रिएक्शन, फॉर एग्जांपल रेशेस, इचिंग, दे आर आल्सो द मोस्ट कॉमन फॉर्म ऑफ द एलर्जिक ड्रग रिएक्शन. ज्यादातर लोगों में स्किन रिएक्शन देखा जाता है. एलर्जिक ड्रग रिएक्शन रेंज फ्रॉम वेरी माइल्ड रिएक्शन टू द एनाफाइलेक्सिस. Anaphylaxis, that means severe potentially life-threatening allergic reaction. Life-threatening allergic reaction है, that is known as anaphylaxis. स्पेशली बी स्टिंग के कारण ये होता है, और बी स्टिंग मतलब मधुमक्खी के डंक के कारण एनाफाइलेक्सिस शॉक लग सकता है पेशेंट को या फिर कोई भी पर्सन को. एंड in this condition there might be the chances of the death of the person also. So allergic drug reaction range from very mild reaction to the anaphylaxis, and death may occur rarely after the exposure to wide variety of drugs. So बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है यहाँ पे एलर्जिक ड्रग रिएक्शन. बहुत बार एलर्जिक ड्रग रिएक्शन में माइल्ड रिएक्शन भी हो सकते हैं, या फिर देयर माइट बी द चांसेस ऑफ डेवलपमेंट ऑफ द एनाफाइलेक्सिस शॉक. नाउ एलर्जी सिम्टम्स are the result of a chain reaction that starts in the immune system. It will start from the immune system. Your immune system control how your body defends itself. For example, if you have an allergy to a particular medication, your immune system identifies that drug as an invader, or we can say it will identify the drug as an allergen, and immune system may react to medication in several ways. देखिए कोई भी ड्रग अगर हम लेते हैं, देन इफ देयर यू हैव एलर्जी, देन इट विल एक्ट एज अ एलर्जन, और आपकी बॉडी है उसको एलर्जन के तरीके से आइडेंटिफाई करेगी. वन टाइप ऑफ इम्यून रिएक्शन इज ड्यू टू द प्रोडक्शन ऑफ एंटीबॉडीज कॉल्ड एज इम्यूनोग्लोबुलिन E, IgE specific to the drug. These antibodies travel to the cells that release the chemical, triggering an immediate allergic reaction. This reaction, it will cause the symptom in the nose, lungs, throat, sinuses, ears, linings of the stomach or in the skin, and usually occur within minutes to a few hours of taking the drug. देखिए अगर कोई बार आप एंटीबॉडीज अगर डेवलप हो रहे हैं यहाँ पे, स्पेशली इम्यूनोग्लोबुलिन E, then this antibody it will travel to the cell and that release the certain chemical that will trigger an immediate allergic reaction. देखिए बहुत से लोगों को डस्ट की एलर्जी रहती है, तो डस्ट की एलर्जी जब भी स्टार्ट होगी तो स्नीजिंग होता है, या फिर ऐसी कंडीशन में द लिक्विड विल बी रिमूव फ्रॉम द नोज. सो एलर्जिक रिएक्शन में इनिशियली दिस विल बी स्टार्टेड बाय आवर बॉडी, एंड इट विल स्टार्ट विद इन अ फ्यू मिनट, और इट विल टेक सम आवर्स आफ्टर टेकिंग द ड्रग. The most common immune response we can say to a drug is due to the expansion of the T cell. T cell, that is a type of white blood cell that recognize the drug as a foreign substance. These T cells orchestrate a delayed immune response that most often affect the skin and causing itchy rashes and occurs the day to week after exposing to the drug. Most allergic reactions occur within hour to 2 weeks after taking the medication, and most people react to medication to which they have been exposed in the past. देखिए previously अगर आपने कोई drug लिया है और वहाँ पे allergic reaction आया है, then such a process, this process that is called as the sensitization, if you are taking this drug again, then such individual when re-exposed to the same drug, antigen react with the antibodies and it liberates the mediator of the allergic reaction from the mast cell. Mast cell में से especially they will develop or they will liberate the mediators, for example kinins, histamines, serotonins and prostaglandins, and allergic reaction will be developed over here, and the symptoms of an allergic reaction, it will become apparent, which are characteristic of the mediator and they are not the characteristic of the drug. Now some example of the allergic reaction and their initiating drugs, they are shown in the table. For example, anaphylaxis, that might be the allergic drug reaction of the penicillin. In case of hemolytic anemia, that means red blood cell destruction, the reaction that might be of penicillin, sulfonamides, guanidine. Then leukopenia, that means white blood cell destruction. This might be due to the allergic reaction of the sulfonamides, phenylbutazone. Then skin rashes, that might be due to the sulfa drugs, penicillin, barbiturates. Then hepatitis is it is a disease characterized by inflammation of the liver. We can say hepatitis, that is the inflammation of the liver. So over here also the drug that is the phenothiazine or methyl dopa. Then nephritis, that means here the nephron it will solve the inflammation or it will become inflamed. The drug that cause such a condition, that is, or such a which gives such a allergic reaction, that is methicillin, oxacillin, rifampicin. Then vasculitis, that means inflammation of the blood vessel. Here the responsible, we can say, that is the sulfa drugs. Then lupus syndrome, that means any condition marked by the inflammation of the skin, and it is a systemic autoimmune disease that occurs when your body's immune system, it will attack your own tissue or organ. Lupus, that means sometimes immune system, it will attack our own tissue or organ. Such a condition that is observed due to the procainamide hydrazine or due to the isoniazide. So this is about the allergic drug reaction. These are also one of the adverse drug reaction. Then genetically determined toxicity. Patients of selected genetic makeup, that means patient we are having we can say genetic makeup, that means person's unique combination of the gene. So patients of selected genetic makeup, they are at substantially greater than average risk for the some specific drug toxicities. For example, glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase, which is also known as G6PD, is involved in the degradation of the glucose for producing energy. देखिए G6PD deficiency, this is G6PD deficiency is a condition in which red blood cell the breakdown when the body is exposed to certain drugs or when the stress of infection will occur. So in this condition G6PD, देखिए G6PD that is involved in the degradation of the glucose and it will produce the energy. But in certain condition मतलब we can say due to the effect of the drug or due to the infection, G6PD deficiency, it is condition in which red blood cell breakdown. So there will be the breakdown of the red blood cell and it is a hereditary, which means it is passed down in a family. If person having G6PD deficiency, G6PD deficiency occurs when a person is missing or does not have enough of an enzyme called G6PD. अगर यहाँ पे G6PD नहीं है, या फिर उसकी deficiency है, there might be due to the hereditary, then it will solve the problem in red blood cell. This enzyme helps red blood cell works properly. देखिए अगर ये deficiency है यहाँ पे patient को, then red blood cell it cannot work properly. Too little G6PD leads to the destruction of the red blood cells. Certain population in Africa and Southeast Asia, देखिए Southeast Asia और अफ्रीका में बहुत से लोगों को they are deficient in G6PD and therefore there are substantial risk of developing hemolytic disease. यहाँ पे hemolytic disease होने का chances यहाँ पे ये particular community को सबसे ज़्यादा रहता है due to the deficiency of G6PD after the use of anti-malarial drug, when they are using primaquine, sulfonamides, guanidine, and also when they are using the nitrofurantoin. In certain conditions there might be the risk of developing hemolytic disease. See, this is one of the example of genetically determined toxicity. Already these Africa people and Southeast Asia people, they are having the G6PD deficiency, and in this condition if we are giving such a drug, then there might be the chances of developing hemolytic disease. Similarly, there is other genetically determined toxicity also. For example, patient with the porphyria, that is the disorder resulting from buildup of certain chemicals related to red blood cell protein, and it goes by abnormality in genes passed from the parents to children. That means this is also genetically determined toxicity. Patients with porphyria are susceptible to CNS depressive agent like barbiturates. Individual with pseudocholinesterase deficiency is highly susceptible to succinylcholine. They may develop paralysis and open apnea. देखिए इन इंडिविजुअल विथ स्यूडोकोलिनेस्ट्रेस डिफिशियंसी, पहले हम देख लेते हैं स्यूडोकोलिनेस्ट्रेस क्या है. स्यूडोकोलिनेस्ट्रेस इट इज अ प्लाज्मा एंजाइम प्रोड्यूस्ड इन द लिवर. Pseudocholinesterase, that is a plasma enzyme that is produced in the liver, that is responsible for the metabolism of the common anesthesia drug, for example succinylcholine, as well as they are also producing metabolism of ester local anesthetic including cocaine. That means यहाँ पे pseudocholinesterase that is very important for the metabolism of the anesthetic drug, and if we are giving anesthetic drug to the particular patient and there is a deficiency of pseudocholinesterase, then there might be the chances of paralysis or apnea. Apnea, that means we can say that that is the temporary cessation of the breathing. So this is also genetically determined toxicity. Many drugs are detoxified in liver by acetylation. The ability of acetylation of many drugs in liver is variable between individuals, person to person. This might be very acetylation capacity है वो अलग अलग person में अलग अलग हो सकती है. Slow acetylator have greater risk of toxicity for some drug like isoniazid, procainamide, hydralazine, phenelazine and dapsone. देखिए यहाँ पे भी many drugs they are detoxified by liver in liver by acetylation. Acetylation की process सबकी ability अलग अलग रहती है. Ability of acetylation of many drug in liver is variable between individuals. Slow acetylator है, अगर कोई slow acetylator है, then they are having greater risk of toxicity for this particular drug. For example, isoniazid, procainamide, hydralazine, phenelazine and dapsone. So this is about genetically determined toxicity. Then toxicity followed by drug withdrawal. The tolerance occur after the prolonged use of variety of drug of narcotic analgesic, hypnotics, ethyl alcohol or some hypotensive agent, for example clonidine, and in case of corticosteroid drugs. देखिए यहाँ पे एक tolerance develop हो जाता है body के अंदर if we are taking any drug for a longer time. Now sudden withdrawal of such a drugs, it shows the severe adverse effect in patient. If the patient that is habituated to central nervous depressants such as ethyl alcohol, barbiturates and some benzodiazepines, withdrawal of the usual dose may produce marked agitation. It may produce tachycardia, confusion, delirium, and also there might be the chances of development of convulsion. देखिए suddenly if we are stopping the particular drug, then there might be the chances of development of such a characteristic. We can say that there might be the chances of agitation, tachycardia, and confusion to the patient. For example, clonidine. Clonidine is used in hypertension, but its sudden withdrawal, if suddenly we are stopping this drug, its sudden withdrawal may cause the severe hypertension. देखिए यहाँ पे हम क्लोनिडिन लेते हैं स्पेशली in case of hypertension, and suddenly if we are stopping this drug or we are withdrawing this drug, then it will develop the hypertension in the patient. Long term of corticosteroid therapy is less common because it may cause entropy or recipient's adrenal glands. Therefore, in this condition, if we are withdrawing this if we are withdrawing this drug, therefore sudden withdrawal can precipitate an acute adrenal crisis. Acute adrenal crisis, Addison's disease, in which the patient will become profoundly weak and hypotensive, and he will collapse. Such circumstances can be avoided by gradual removal of the corticosteroid over a period of weeks, depending upon the length of the time they have been consumed. देखिए यहाँ पे क्या है, corticosteroid therapy अगर बहुत सारे टाइम के लिए ली गई है, then it may cause entropy or of recipient's adrenal glands. Then in certain condition, if we are stopping it, then it can precipitate an acute adrenal crisis, which is known as Addison's disease. So in this condition, what we can do, यहाँ पे अगर इस तरीके से अगर withdrawal किया गया, then patient will become weak and also hypotensive. So in this condition, we should avoid it. It can be avoided by gradual removal of corticosteroid. देखिए धीरे धीरे यहाँ पे corticosteroid ड्रग है वो कम करते जाना है, या फिर उसका जो डोज है that can be decreases for a longer time. देखिए ये भी अगर लंबे समय तक लेना है और longer time, a period of weeks, depending upon the length of time they have been consumed. देखिए कितने टाइम तक लिया गया है उसके मुताबिक यहाँ पे स्लोली इसको रिड्यूस करना चाहिए, so that we can reduce the toxicity due to the drug withdrawal. Then drug interaction. Whenever two or more drugs are being taken, there is a chance that there will be an interaction among the drugs. The interaction may increases or decreases the effectiveness of the drugs or the side effect of the drugs. देखिए जनरली एक से ज्यादा ड्रग अगर एक साथ बहुत सारी ड्रग ली जा रही है, then in that condition there might be the chances of interaction among the drugs. The likelihood of the drug interaction increases as the number of drugs being taken increases. Therefore, people who take several drugs are at the greater risk of interaction. देखिए अगर कोई पेशेंट एक से ज्यादा ड्रग एक साथ ले रहा है तो in certain condition, in certain person, there might be the higher chances of interaction. A drug interaction is a reaction between two or more drugs or between a drug and a food, beverage or supplement. Taking a drug while having certain medical condition can also cause a drug interaction. For example, taking a nasal decongestant if you have high blood pressure may cause an unwanted reaction. देखिए अगर already the patient he is having the high blood pressure, and in such a condition if we are taking the nasal decongestant, then it will cause certain unwanted reaction. So this is one of the example of drug interaction. So here we have discussed in this video about the classification of adverse drug reaction. We discussed about the excessive pharmacological effect, secondary pharmacological effect, idiosyncrasy, allergic reaction, then genetic makeup of the patient's sudden drug withdrawal and drug interaction. So this was about the adverse drug reaction. Thank you for watching this video.